Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. Since it is a Thursday, it is officially time for the National Football League. So today I want to go over their schedule, which starts tonight. They almost do what college football does in week one. College football starts on Thursday night and goes through Monday. Now, the NFL is going to have games Thursday, Friday, Sunday, and Monday, but nothing on Saturday. But I did see an article earlier in the week, it might have been on Monday, that the NFL is considering in the future starting their season 1 week earlier, the weekend of Labor Day, and doing what college football does, starting on Thursday and going through Monday, and even having games that Saturday. If they do, it's going to destroy college football, because we all know that no matter how much you like college football, it doesn't compare in popularity to the NFL. It just doesn't. That's a fact. You can't argue it. It's a fact. And really, the only true time college football has to shine is in week one when there's no NFL. So if the NFL does move their season up 1 week earlier, is college football just going to bite the bullet and say, oh, well, we know nobody's going to watch us, and stop trying to put so many great games in week one? Or will college football then in turn move their season up even a week earlier? If they do, then week one would be what we had this year with Florida State and Georgia Tech, but instead of having 4 or 5 games that day, you'll have a whole slate of games that day. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the NFL tonight. 8:20, we have a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game between the Ravens and the Chiefs. I'm sure if the Ravens win, their fans are going to say we got some revenge, but really winning week one of the regular season is nothing like winning the AFC Championship. But if you like Thursday night football for the NFL and you don't want to pay for it, you better watch the game tonight, because starting next Thursday night, all the Thursday night games will be on Amazon like last year, and of course you've got to pay additional for that. Tomorrow night at 8:15, we have the Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And anybody's heard of the kids game, Spin the Bottle? Well, I think in this situation, Roger Goodell just spun the globe. I think he just grabbed the globe, spun it, and when it stopped, he just closed his eyes and pointed and said, oh, Brazil, we'll go there. But they're playing so many games now in other countries that if they don't quit doing this, then within 4 or 5 years, you're going to see an additional 5 or 6 NFL teams that'll be from other countries, and you'll constantly have teams traveling every week overseas somewhere to another country. But Sao Paulo, Brazil, I think is first or second in the world with high crime rate. I think all the football players themselves will be fine. I think all the coaches will be fine, but the fans over there better be careful. I've heard some bad stories about Sao Paulo, Brazil. And then on Sunday, we have the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints at 1 o'clock. We also have the Vikings and Giants at 1 o'clock. We have the Patriots and Bengals at 1 o'clock. And boy, if you think Florida State's offensive line is bad, wait till Sunday and watch the Patriots. Their offensive line couldn't stop a nosebleed. Oh, it's horrendous. Then we have the Steelers and the Falcons at 1 o'clock, and the Falcons are actually picked to win their division. But I don't think it's because people think the Falcons are going to be a 12 or 13 win team. It's just I think people think the Falcons are the best of a terrible division. I think the Falcons can win 9 games, maybe 10, And I don't think any other team in that division sniffs 9 or 10 wins unless Baker Mayfield has another one of those phenomenal years in Tampa. He just does that on occasion. I don't think he'll do that this year. A lot of the Steelers fans are confused or were confused about the whole Russell Wilson, Justin Fields thing. If you read between the lines on stuff Mike Tomlin was saying when he talked, you could tell back in June that Russell Wilson is going to be their starting quarterback. And it's obvious because Mike Tomlin doesn't like quarterbacks that turn the ball over. He'd rather have a conservative quarterback that's going to punt the ball on 4th down than a quarterback who gives the other team extra possessions. And Justin Fields just turns the ball over too much. So unless Russell Wilson gets hurt or just plays absolutely awful, he will be their quarterback all year long. But Justin Fields shouldn't complain because nobody else in the NFL wanted him. So if the Steelers wouldn't have signed him, he'd be a free agent. So being on the bench as a backup is better than not having a home at all. But the fact that so many teams don't have a quarterback worth a darn, and the fact that nobody wanted Justin Fields, that pretty much tells you that everybody in the league thinks he sucks. Also at 1 o'clock on Sunday, we have the Texans and the Colts, the Cardinals and the Bills, the Titans and the Bears, the Jaguars, and the Dolphins. Now, that's all the 1 o'clock games. When we run down the college football lineup every week with the games, you know, there's a game on ESPN, ESPNU, ESPN2, ESPN Classic sometimes, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, ABC, CBS, and my network TV, the CW, the SEC network, the ACC network. Well, the NFL, it's not like that. The 1 o'clock games, some are on CBS, some are on Fox, and depending on where you live at and what region you're in will determine what game you get unless you play extra for the NFL Sunday ticket. When I say extra, I mean extra. This year, the NFL Sunday ticket price is just about doubled, if not tripled in price. But so many people love the NFL that they might lose a few buys, but I don't think they'll lose many. People will pay that because they love the NFL that much. The NFL just keeps getting more popular and more popular every year. Their TV ratings go up every single year. Then at 4 o'clock Sunday, we have the Broncos and Seahawks at 4:05, the Raiders and Chargers at 4:05, the Cowboys and Browns at 4:25, and the Commanders and Bucks at 4:25. And of course, this will be the debut of new Commanders head coach Dan Quinn, and also new Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels. 8:20 Sunday night on the Sunday night football game of the week, the Rams and the Lions. And then on Monday night football, we have the Jets and the 49ers at 8:15. Typically, the last few years, the opening NFL week, there's been a doubleheader on Monday nights, one at 7, one at 10:15. This year, just one game, Jets and 49ers. So many people are so big on the Jets, talking about the Jets going to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I don't see it. I just don't think their roster is as good as everybody else thinks it is. But even if it is, and I'm wrong, it's the Jets. They'll find a way to screw it up and go 8-9, 7-10. We're talking about the New York Jets. They'll find a way to screw it up. Any thoughts on NFL's opening weekend? Please feel free to let me know. And while you're down in the comment section, make sure you like the video, give the video a thumbs up, share the video on all social media platforms, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. I can cut a piece of wood in half just by looking at it, You might not believe me, but I saw it with my own eyes. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of three. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.